Hi, this is your girl Lynette, Miss BBW Delaware 2016, 2017, Miss Fashion Global 2020, and the pageant director here in Wilmington, Delaware. We are here today honoring phenomenal queens. We are actually building a queendom here. What that simply means is we're recognizing a variety of women. They are sharing what they do, why they do it, why it's important, and how you can support them. This is so that you can hear the phenomenal things that these queens are doing and be inspired to move into your purpose. We are wearing your crown today with Laura Mazurek. How are you, Laura?
I am fantastic. Tired of all the snow, but otherwise okay.
You are absolutely right. I cannot complain because for the little rain boots that I have, I've been able to survive in this snow. I'm hoping that we're finished with the snow for now. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, I am the host and producer of internationally syndicated podcast, Style and Empowerment Chat with Laura and Friends. I broadcast on stations in the Philippines, Philadelphia, Cleveland, Atlanta, the UK, all around the world. In addition to that, I've been doing that for about 6 years now. So in addition to that, I do a little bit of everything. Produce events, photo shoots, motivational speak, a little splash of modeling. I just look at things in a boundless way. I just like to be creative and create quality content and align with amazing women like yourself.
Oh, thank you. I remember you walking in the Loving My Curve Philly Fashion Week runway, and you sashayed all the way down. You did your poses. You held them for 3 seconds. I was like, Laura, you gotta go. You were amazing. You were absolutely amazing. I did check out your page, and I did not know that you were in some of the locations that you were in. But I was checking out the London site. I was like, she's in Europe. Hold up. She was in
South
downtown
Africa
on hot radio. I was like, keep it coming, Laura. What else? Okay, hold up. My thing is moving. Why is that moving? Okay. And will it skip for me? Tab over? No. Okay, I gotta sneak over here. That's fine. And then we had Take It to the Street. I was like,
that's my Philly days.
I've been listening to Laura this whole time and apparently didn't know that you were worldwide.
I reached
international.
Yep, I reach over 1 million listeners worldwide. I'm also on iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Alexa, Google Podcasts, Spreaker, Stitcher, Audible, Amazon Music. So if you just search Style and Empowerment Chat on all those platforms, I come up.
All right, so you heard that. If you check out Empowerment Chat, then you should
Style and Empowerment Chat.
One more time.
It's Style and Empowerment Chat with Laura and Friends.
Okay, that is your cover on your page, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, we will share that before we go out to make sure that people tune in to you. So how did you get started doing the radio or the podcast or the all this multimedia that you have going on?
Right. Well, about 6 years ago, I was co-producing this fashion show in Philadelphia, Pink the Runway, and I'm an advocate and activist for many things, but one of which is size inclusion, body positivity, and opening up the door for women of all sizes to have placement and recognition and a place in all forms of movies, marketing, culture, and to be seen as the same. So I co-produced this black tie fashion show that was featuring models, size inclusive, all the way up to like size 22. Through that, we got different opportunities to do radio interviews and whatnot. And one of the men I met along that path, I always give him a shout out, DJ Showtime Live, Lamar Burdell. He reached out to me. We were talking about him possibly coming on as a sponsor at the station he was on. Things didn't come together, but I kept that relationship. Everything in business is about building and maintaining relationships.
Yes.
So he reached out to me when he got a new position as a program director, said, hey, we want to show about fashion, and you're in the fashion industry, because after that, I'd done PR for some different designers. And I was kind of, I don't know. And then I thought, wait, this is a great opportunity. I hadn't had a background in broadcasting, but I grew up listening to the greats here in Philadelphia, Patty Jackson, Cappuccino. I always been a big Q102 girl, so Chio and Diego and all them. So far as broadcasters, I'm a Channel 6 girl to the heart, so Lisa Thomas Laurie, Alicia Vitarelli, all the great broadcasters of Philly. So when I first got the opportunity, I was more, as I found my way, mirroring those who I had listened to, I had watched. And then over time, like with your show, you get the opportunity, you're kind of finding your way and learning it. But then as you grow, you're thinking, now I have this. What do I want to do with it? What direction what do I want my brand to be? What do I want to symbolize in this market? So that took time. And then as I was teaching myself things and covering events and Philly Fashion Week and this, I had like the aha moment that, well, I should look at this as more than just a show. Right? Because through the show, it enables me to move in so many different lanes, photography, fashion shows, because my show covers a lot of things. So fashion shows, concerts, I'm just going to put myself in as many pots and see what I can do. And if I fall on my face, well, then I know that's not the best thing, but at least
you have not. You have been growing and thriving and growing and growing. Every time I see you, you're in a new space doing bigger and better things.
And then I just taught myself how, because necessity is the mother of invention, and limited budget. I taught myself how to create content, all these different apps, how to layer your apps to do things, edit, to layer sound. I taught myself how to produce my own sound drops and to edit things, download stuff, chop it up, and all these different things to do what a social media manager would do. But my thing is too, that I have a hard time stepping back and saying, you create my content, because my content is me. My content is my beliefs, my principles, what's important to me, the impact I want to have in the world. So to say, hey, somebody else create that, though it's a lot of work, I'm like, but you don't have my thoughts. So how can you create for me?
How can you create my vision and you're not me?
Right. So that also has necessitated teaching myself a lot of different things. But what's awesome and empowering on the other side is you can say, man, I remember where I'd look at Instagram and say, what's that? What's the hashtag? What? And now I've taught myself all this marketing strategy, and then the hard skills of creating what a logarithm is, what a hashtag is, what this is, because it's not just the creative part, it's the business creative part as well, so I've been able to meet so many amazing people. And just touching on the modeling thing, like the truth was with that, because one of my other passions is just pushing against the boxes society tries to put us in, especially women, and that our relevancy is only in a certain package and a certain age. I honestly just did that because, as a brand, you kind of model in a way because you need pictures for the things you're
Right.
doing and content. But I've never considered myself a model. I'm someone who, through what I do, sometimes I model or in like a model-like environment, but I don't say, "Oh, I'm this fashion model." But I pushed myself to do that because I wanted to inspire other women that at any age, just you can do it. And just the moment is, hey, I love fashion. These are my people. But I'm going to show women that you don't necessarily have to be this carbon cookie cutter thing to walk a runway and feel good about yourself. Was I thinking I'm going to be a runway model? No. But it was about saying, hey, ladies, you can do it.
Yes.
Just try. And it was kind of fun to see from the other perspective, because normally I'm in the press pit. So it's like it's a whole different experience when you're actually on the runway.
Oh my
But that's
gosh.
also really been my poster here, is just to always be pushing myself to say, how far can I take this? What else can I learn? What can I throw myself into? And just be growing.
And you have been. And everything you said is what this platform is about. So I competed for Miss BBW Delaware and then turned around and did Miss, what is it? Ah! Ah! Miss Fashion Global. And even before that, a return Peace Corps volunteer. I lived in Japan for at least 5 years. And when I talk to other women and girls, they're like, really? What? How did you do that? Can I do that? Yes, you can. You can live in Japan. You can go and work for Peace Corps. You can sign up to do international studies. You can go back to school and get a degree, which allows you then to travel abroad to even more places to teach English, which is your native language in the first place. Pete, there are people looking for every individual that is out here. And I want to encourage women by sharing women like yourself, your story. Like, it doesn't happen overnight. There is work. Wow. There is struggle. We each have an individual story that moves us into our purpose, that allows us to move into our purpose, and it allows us to share our story and hopefully inspire other women and girls into their authentic purpose.
Yes. And there's always going to be stages. Well, first of all, what you said is so true. It's not only the push to jump and to try, but it's the hard work and continuous courage to keep trying. Even when people are telling you that you're not worthy or you're not good as, I get that all the time in one way or another, because you're constantly putting yourself out there, pitching yourself in one way or another. And ratio wise, only as percentage are you going to get yes. But you have to keep having that courage and belief that I'm worthy, what I'm doing has value. And it doesn't matter who says no, it matters what you do with the yes. And I'm just going to keep pushing. But the thing is, it takes dedication, discipline, and sometimes you have to be when people are mean or petty or some, right? It's not all roses and candlelight.
We just had that conversation.
Right.
I said a lot of people are good for projecting how they feel about themselves onto other people, and that's not our problem. Yeah. So when you meet those people who aren't happy with themselves and they want to nitpick about what you are, what you aren't, what you should be, what you could be, that you just have to remember that it's not your problem, it's theirs. And to breathe and sometimes listen and sometimes let it go. Sometimes nothing needs to be said. You're not there to compete against them, because you are where you need to be. You are moving with purpose. And even if you're not, you're in a space where you're learning, or in a mindset where you're learning, where you're growing, where you're educating yourself. And that makes you a winner from the gate every time.
But what I've also discovered, along my journey, and I'm only part of the way of where I want to be, is that a lot of people, especially when you're starting out, whether it's the music industry, the fashion industry, radio, but where you have to deal with publicists, producers, agents, managers, they think they're entitled to disrespect you and be mean. That they don't have to have manners. They don't have to have etiquette. They don't have to think of the way they say no to you. And it's okay. Oh, we're up here. And some of the people get drunk off of this ego trip for who they work with. But maybe they're like the 30th person down the chain, but they think, like these assistants and, as they say, the gatekeepers will be rude and arrogant. And oftentimes you wind up going around them and get somebody who's nice. Oh yeah, but they're all up on this power trip and getting in your way. And a lot of times, I mean, I've had men be sexually presumptuous, approaching this is something I've talked about on many of my shows, how you approach a businesswoman as a businesswoman. And that Facebook Messenger is not a business deal.
No.
It is an introduction for you then to exchange contact information, talk professionally on the phone or email, and then set up a meeting if it's advantageous and you feel you want to go this way. But you get people with half talk, they think a text is a pitch. I'm like, did you send me the media kit professionally? I'm a professional brand. But all this kind of behavior, not only is it bad manners and laziness on their part, but it's subtly saying, I don't have to respect you and treat you in a full-on professional way. All right, I could just shoot you this text and say, hey, do you want to book my homeboy? No, I don't. Or, oh, I think you're attractive, so I can get in your inbox and get all kind of borderline sexy kind of talk while talking about you covering an event or this or that.
That's the easiest way to get blocked.
Right.
Quickest way to get blocked.
But that's also what a part of what you have to endure, and being strong within yourself. And sometimes it gets frustrating. You get fed up, you get sad, you get discouraged. But that comes back to the discipline part. And that it's not as easy on the outside, on the inside as it is on the outside. You have to find a way when people are being rude to circle it back. But you can't burn bridges. You don't have the liberty to say, you know what, you're really unprofessional. You're a jerk. You're this. Now, I have had moments where I've said, no, thank you. That was rude.
Right.
But in the beginning is when people are the worst, because you feel not empowered to just say, hey, well, look, if I say you're really rude and that's disrespecting me, that's where we get in that gray area. So I say, never let somebody like stomp on you, never let somebody mix sex in with or feel that they can.
Right. That's
the other thing. Hello, would you do that with another man that you're approaching and saying, hey, I saw your show and it looks like this. A business conversation shouldn't start out with beautiful, darling, sweetie, sexy, or whatever, or right. I find you attractive. It's yes, hello, Miss Annette. Hello, Miss Mazurek. I'm aware of
excellent signs. And for people just starting out who don't know, you're absolutely positively correct. So if you're just tuning in, we have Laura Mazurek, who is sharing basically some tips, some excellent tips if you are just engaging with the public, if you are just starting your multimedia, if you're just starting your podcast, if you're starting to reach out and market yourself, to promote yourself, and you're kind of chugging along and you're meeting people, there are some red flags that exist. And there are also some professional standards that exist that should be honored, respected, and followed regardless of the format.
And especially now that I'm established, as you said, I'm an established international brand. I cover events, red carpets. I host events and red carpets. I've done a lot of different things, especially when you're reaching out to an established brand. If you want to be taken seriously and you want them to feel respected and the type of person that they potentially might want to interact with in a business way, how you reach out and where you choose and how you choose to reach out can be a make or break. If you're a potential guest, you want to be on somebody's show, have a media kit, which means a bio, some pictures, a link to your work. So it's your introduction. Use the appropriate is chat. Oh, may I have your email? If you're hitting up a messenger, may I have your email? I have an artist that I think might be a good fit. Or what would be the proper way to submit a potential guest for your show? Not all this, hey, yo, what's up kind of, nonsense.
That informal kind of introduction. Yeah.
And then too, sometimes people who have been with you sort from the beginning or sort of, they have that familiarity. So they think they could just kind of casually hit you up, maybe for the introduction to the topic. But if you want me to seriously consider this person, my email is styleandempowerment@gmail.com. Send a kit, send links to the work, not just, hey, whatever. Because that's not professional. Just
right.
like, let's say you're a model, you're interested in getting into a show, you might Messenger or Instagram is okay for the preliminary. But when it's time to get down to really submitting yourself for that show or that event, or maybe as the photographer or producer or something, business email,
Right.
business conversation, and having etiquette. And also too is being polite in your no. And not coming in an entitled fashion. I'm not entitled to anything. I've worked hard for everything I've gotten, and I will continue to work hard for everything I get in the future. I'm not entitled to anything. I work and earn what I get. And I feel the same way. Like, don't come to me like, because I see this all over the place in a lot of different ways and mediums. People just react. They want something. They feel they're entitled to get on it, whatever it is. And then they approach the person who is making the decision like they're doing them a favor by having them come through.
Yes, you're right.
Like, that's not
right.
Manners matter.
It
does. Especially when you're in this, it matters at all stages, but especially in the aspiring stage, how you conduct yourself, it's like any other field. You're an accountant, you're a lawyer, you have to conduct yourself in a professional way. You have to fill out that job application. When you canvass and go, you dress the part.
Yes.
Speak with some fluidity. Don't go in there.
Fake it till you make it, right?
Right, exactly. Exactly.
And so, again, we are here with the Wear Your Crown speaker series. We have Laura Mazurek. She has dropped some serious tips, you guys. You have to go check her out. If you are not familiar, she is on a variety of platforms. Now, let me see if my screen, yes, I made it smaller so that we could see everything. So she is an actual international celebrity. She does talk show hosts. She does events. If you're looking for someone to host, she would be more than happy to host. She has her Facebook page. She has her own chat/podcast, style and empowerment chat with Laura and friends. It is awesome. She has a variety of artists, individuals, queens that have come through her show. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you check out her page. Are you also on Instagram?
I am. My Instagram is @the Laura Mazurek. So Mazurek, it's Mazurek. And you can go to iHeartRadio and all those places to get the current and past shows if you don't tune in like the live time slot. Now, talking about branding and marketing, another thing that's really important as you're evolving and finding your direction is having that internal dialogue and saying, what is my brand about? What are the principles of my brand? Whether you're a model, it doesn't matter. What are the principles? And that is your guiding ship, your litmus for everything else you do. You say, okay, but does this fit in what I'm about? Myself, my show, it's edutainment. All right, I'm going to entertain you and have some fun stuff. But then we're going to talk about serious issues and, activism, humanitarianism, and all the things going on in this world while talking about pop culture, fashion, music, and fun stuff. But you have to really be channeled in. Is this in line with the brand?
Right.
Is this in line with what I stand for, the people you collaborate with, the things you do? Is it in line with the brand? I've had to say no to a lot of things along the way. Say, no, thank you. This isn't in line with the brand, even to the songs that I choose to play. I don't play anything that is derogatory, promotes violence, sexism, gratuitous. I mean, we play romantic and sexy stuff, but not to the level where it is promoting sexism, gratuitous stuff. I don't play anything that has the N word in it, because that's against my ethical beliefs. And there's certain things I'm not going to give power to words and sentiments that have a big negative history,
right,
and aren't in line with what I believe in. You wouldn't believe how many songs you can't play.
Oh no, I would definitely,
right?
Definitely,
So,
especially nowadays.
Oh yeah. So that's a big point as you're building and growing your brand, saying, what's your brand stand for? Where does it move? My brand is about shining the light on a lot of important issues, opening up dialogue, inspiring people, helping to have more understanding, spotlighting on the arts and great artists, and opening up the dialogue for meaningful conversations that you might not be able to have on regular radio, that are important. And just inspiring women to just not see themselves in a box, to care about their community, to make healthy choices. I've been blessed through hard work to have a lot of amazing guests on my show. So I say this just as inspiring. So, my show's just come up on its sixth year. I'm on a total of 23 platforms internationally. So some of the celebrities who've been on my show include Sean Paul, Anthony Hamilton, Don Robinson from In Vogue, Cece Peniston, Crystal Waters, Courtney V. Vance, Seven Streeter, Dionne Warwick. Let me see who Raheem Devon.
Don't give them all of them. We want them to go check you out on your different platforms.
Yeah. So,
look, if they don't know, hopefully now they do.
Yeah. So
hopefully now they will follow. But you were right. It is imperative that we move in our authenticity at all times. And the same way that in pageantry, we have our platforms, that if you have a platform, that you remain true to that platform. Laura, how can people support you?
Well, you can support me, of course, by tuning in, liking, following. I mean, now it's about the work, but when you're talking about getting advertisers and those things, everybody looks, well, how many followers do you have on Facebook? How many followers do you have on Instagram? How many downloads do you get? So supporting in that way is great. I mean, if you want to send some fiscal support to the show, my PayPal is at the, no, that's my Instagram. Yes, my PayPal is lauramazurek.lm@gmail. And, just sharing also the thing that's free that a lot of people forget, sharing your stuff, putting it on your page. sending it to people in Messenger. Hey, this is a great show. Oh, if you're looking for a new, and sharing, liking, commenting, being engaged on your content. That's also a way where you can support all creators.
All right, so you heard it here, the Wear Your Crown Empowerment Series with Laura Mazurek. Be sure to check out her Style and Empowerment Chat with Laura and friends. She is on a variety of platforms. Make sure you go to her Facebook page, L Mazurek 123, and check out the different sites that she's on with her radio station. Laura, thank you so much for joining us for our Wear Your Crown 2022 series.
It's been a pleasure. Oh, and you can also check out the Facebook page for my show. So my show, Style and Empowerment Chat with Laura and Friends, has a Facebook page. I also want to take this opportunity, Annette, just to say how proud I am of you and just all the amazing and empowering things that you've been doing and spotlighting amazing women. You are an amazing woman. I'm so excited to see all of your accomplishments. You've been a wonderful friend since the beginning. You're a beautiful person. You care about this community. You care about women. You carry yourself with class and integrity, and you're a role model. And I'm really proud of you and proud to call you my friend and my colleague. You are a phenomenal woman.
You are also a phenomenal woman. Continue to wear your crown, and I'll check you out on Style and Empowerment with Laura. No, Style and Empowerment Chat with Laura and Friends. Make sure you check it out. See you next time.